how to not lose the run of yourself over Christmas. So this is a question that I am asked all the time. And so now it's Christmas, but there will be holidays, there will be Easter, there will be weddings, there will be birthdays, whatever it may be. And these are really important tips for not letting all your progress go to crap just because you have an event on. And if you cannot sustain your diet or your lifestyle during these periods, then it's probably not the right diet or lifestyle that you've chosen. So some of the tips that I provide and tell my clients, and also this is another really important one, is that I don't have clients that just quit over Christmas or that pause over Christmas, because actually over Christmas is one of the most important times to actually be accountable to somebody, and that's how I know that they're the right clients for me. So that's just an important thing to note. So what I say is to have 50 to 70% good food. What I mean by good food is healthy, whole, nutritious food. So usually I tell people to go for an 80-20 rule. So that is about 80% of the whole nutritious food that is going to nourish our body and is going to give us the energy to complete our day-to-day tasks, that is going to be high in protein, high in complex carbs, high in good fats, essential fats, high in micronutrients, and usually about 20% then of the food we enjoy. Because Christmas, weddings, holidays are going to be maybe a little bit more of the food we enjoy, I usually say to have about 50 to 70% of those whole nutritious foods. And that is something that you can sustain. So, you know, having fruit for snacks, making sure you have protein in your breakfast, making sure you have protein at lunch. 50 to 70% isn't a big ask, but if we can do that consistently over the Christmas period, then we have a good chance of at least not letting go of all the results that we've had thus far. You might gain a couple of kilos, it might just be a little bit of water retention, some extra carbs that we're storing in our muscles, but more than likely you are going to maintain a lot of your I suppose gains if you keep a good base of a diet. So consistently being the main thing, because I think maybe it'll be a little bit different this year, but usually Christmas begins at the start of December and doesn't finish until the first Monday after New Year's, which this year or next year, should I say, will be the 4th of January. So usually we have a month of Christmas as opposed to what it should be, which is one day. So if you can keep 50 to 70% whole nutritious foods during that time, you have a much higher chance of not losing all the gains and the I hate saying the word gains, all the results that you've achieved thus far. At least one good meal a day. So when I'm talking about this, maybe you are having a fry for breakfast. You know, Mammy's made a fry. We're going to have some really greasy food for breakfast. Make sure that we get in a good lunch, a good high protein lunch with lots of veggies in there. If you are going to be having a massive big Christmas dinner, maybe just having 2 poached eggs and some spinach for breakfast. If you are going to be going out for a lunch with your friends, maybe making sure that our dinner has lower calories than normal. So making sure that we have one good meal per day is very important. Drinking at least 2 litres of water per day. This one sounds so simple, but how many of you actually do it? And especially over the Christmas period when we are out of routine, out of sync, we are drinking more alcohol, we're drinking probably more tea and coffee, we're drinking more sugary drinks, and water seems to be the last thing that we want. So trying to get in at least 2 litres of water. Chances are your gyms aren't going to be open. Chances are you're not going to be interested in doing a workout or training. So making sure that you get 10,000 steps in daily. This should be a non-negotiable. This is your form of movement over the Christmas period, and it should be a non-negotiable. You should be doing it regardless of the circumstances, whether you're hungover, whether it's Christmas Day. 10,000 steps is not too much to ask. We should be doing this daily. And last but not least, and it goes it takes into account everything that I have just said. The last one is, just don't take the piss. Like, we're all adults. We don't need to be eating like children. Going back to the fact that if we are going to be eating a massive, big, really high calorific dinner, have a proper breakfast. If you are going to be drinking loads of alcohol, make sure you get in 2 litres of water on top of that. You know, your main constituents of your diet don't need to be chocolate and Baileys. We can have more substantial parts to our diet. So if you choose to do that, that is absolutely fine, but make sure you know that that is a choice. That does not have to be the choice. That is a choice that you are making. If you stick to these guidelines, you have a lot more chance over the Christmas period of at least maintaining some of your results that you've gained this year, as opposed to letting a month of Christmas, which it shouldn't be, by the way, go out the window. And I am not a Christmas Grinch. I am very much an enjoy my Christmas sort of person. I will 100% be drinking more than usual. That's why I drank less than usual for November. I will 100% be enjoying my Christmas dinner, even though it'll be very different this year. I 100% will be eating chocolate a lot more. But I'm just not going to give up on these non-negotiables, and that's super important.